Champions League on Tuesday. How did you like the last Champions League? Well, not the last one, but the Champions League last Tuesday and Wednesday. As I've been saying for the last 260 years, the Champions League is, without a doubt, an unpredictable event. There you go. Real versus Man City. No matter which match you look at, you can't make heads or tails of how they played. So one of the cool things, the penalty I bet on came through, that there would be a penalty in the match at odds of 2.65 in Man City versus Real. Overall, it worked out pretty well for us. Some of the other outcomes also turned out pretty well. The Champions League has been good for us. And in this video, I found some really good options for Tuesday, at least in my opinion. Arsenal versus Bayern and Chelsea versus PSG. Two outcomes for each, and there will also be an express bet on Sporting Lisbon versus Göteborg and Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Both events are unexpected, and that's it. And Chelsea versus PSG is also here. Arsenal versus Bayern as well. In short, we're in for an interesting mess on Tuesday. We'll take a look at it, and we'll definitely share something for you on Telegram as well, because there are options with yellow cards and corners which have been working great for us in the Champions League. We'll give all of this out for free on Telegram. The accumulator I mentioned to you with odds of 4.17 will also be available for free on Tuesday. It'll be posted on Telegram around noon. There are live bets, accumulators. Basically, we run all sorts of different sections for you. You can check them out and figure things out. Everything is simple and accessible. Whether you're a beginner or have experience, everything will be clear for you there. We also keep statistics on our predictions, and by the way, our long-term stats are absolutely excellent. You can see this for yourself. And we have the Champions League on Tuesday. Let's get to the matches. Arsenal versus Bayern, the first event. Well, everything here is pretty clear. Arsenal is the obvious favorite. Many are hoping that they won't end up with a draw like in the last game, that it won't be 1-1, and that Arsenal will show what they're capable of. Maybe that's how it will turn out. But since Arsenal is also playing at home, the odds for them as the favorite are, of course, quite low. And the trick here is to pick something interesting, maybe come up with something involving Bayern. Maybe we'll take them live on Telegram for corners, because according to statistics, after the first half, there are times when Bayern has very few corners, 0 or maybe just 1, and then interesting odds appear, like over 2 or 2.5 for the whole match. And we'll try to come up with something with that. Well, again, if Bayern plays the way they usually do statistically against favorites. Let's put it this way. I probably wouldn't count on Arsenal scoring a lot, because, well, we've seen their first game. Well, there are some questions. Let's try to go with a scenario that's not the most obvious, but I wouldn't say it's particularly risky either. Bayern's individual total over 0.5 goals for the second team, 1.86. Next, given the tactical reasoning that Arsenal will likely struggle to find the back of the net during this match, I think it is a solid option to place a wager on their team total staying under the line. Arsenal's individual total under 2.5, 1.6. Chelsea versus PSG. Now, here we have an interesting situation, because Chelsea, in this match, since they're playing at home, yes, but still, they're not exactly a clear favorite here. The odds are about 2, 2.0, 5 maybe for their win, and 3 for PSG. Of course, it's surprising to see PSG as the underdog against anyone at all. And let's recall their previous meeting, 5-2 in favor of PSG. It seemed obvious, but maybe it's not so obvious, since Chelsea managed to score 1.5 for a very nice, I'm sure, odds. They were definite underdogs there. And here, I think that now Chelsea, well, to repeat their previous success, most likely, in my opinion, they won't be able to do it. In any case, you can claim bonuses for these matches, for any matches. I'll leave the link in the comments. Every outcome is available. Offsides, intervals, everything is there. Please place your bets. Download the app. It's convenient. Everything is straightforward when it comes to withdrawals. If you already have an account, just in case, go to Telegram, and there you'll find a list of bookmakers you can work with, so everything is very simple there. You can use these bonuses, for example, to bet on the Champions League. And as I already said, I think that Chelsea here, well, success, yes, I understand. They're playing at home, but that's exactly the point. Many people look at it and see Chelsea away scoring 2 goals at a very good, attractive odds. So it means that at home they might be able to push even harder. But it doesn't always work out that way. Individual total for the first team, under 2 exactly, 1.59. Well, the first match between Chelsea and PSG, of course, for us, since it was so high scoring, and since these teams in the first half managed to score 3 goals, which of course, well, I wouldn't say it's some kind of nonsense, but in reality it's rare, objectively speaking, even for, say, the goal-happy Bundesliga or some league like Austria or Australia where they score a lot. Scoring 3 goals in the first half is impressive. Based on the logic that usually the return leg unfolds, well, not exactly according to the same scenario, at least in terms of the total goals. As many expect, and as the first game was, I think we can try the first half. Under 1.5 goals at odds of 1.69. An accumulator with odds of 4.17 will be on our Telegram on Tuesday. There's also a deposit bonus there. All the details are in the comments. I hope the Champions League goes well for us. Take care. Bye.